Hi Gemini, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space, then you already know what to expect coming into this room. So go ahead and kick your shoes off. Welcome back. So glad to have you back. But for those that are new to this channel, you've only maybe seen a few video titles, but you never really clicked because you just weren't called to do so. Then come on in. Definitely feel free to be yourself wherever you are energetically, be it positive, negative, or neutral. It really doesn't matter so long as you leave better than you came. I do tend to trigger some people though, so just be very careful with how deep into the rabbit hole you go as far as watching my videos. You have to be ready for divination. You have to be ready to heal, and you have to be ready to do the work, and you have to have already started to find comfort in this space, you know? So that's what I have. I do apologize because I skipped over you and Cancer. It was a complete accident, but I'm sure that the delay was meant for a reason. I was drinking some horehound tea and I saw the shape of either a bear or a wolf. So I'm not sure if you are into totem animals or you have felt drawn to totem animals lately, but definitely look into the symbolism of those two figures. But I also was seeing a cell. Was it going through the process of mitosis? Is mitosis the cell division where it goes from one complete cell and then it migrates to two opposite poles and then it splits and it divides into two? You are the Gemini, so symbolically maybe the tea was just telling me that it was time for me to do your reading, or you might be pregnant with twins. You know, that's a true dream of yours to have if you're trying to manifest children. But those were the images that I saw, so definitely keep your eye out for the way that that can materialize in your own personal life, okay? The overlying energy that you can be feeling the heaviest right now is the Six of Pentacles. The cruise that hounds you is the Six of Cups. What's real about the situation is the Ten of Cups. Yeah, as I was saying, the number 6, when you write it out, it looks like the sign of Cancer. So you may be dealing with a Cancer. You may just be highly emotional or moody like a Cancer. But when you start doing your own research and looking into that sign and what they symbolize, you understand that they are the bellies, you know? They are the true nurturers and the mothers of the zodiac. So again, going back to that mitosis or whatever I saw with the cell division and seeing twins, going back to maybe the bears and the wolves and just how they run in a pack, you know, and how they take care of each other. There's usually that alpha leader. I'm not sure how it really works with bears, but just how protective they are of their offspring, right? Of their young. So you might be embodying a lot of that energy right now. Again, if you're not already pregnant or expecting here. Where you need, or no, I'm sorry, not where you need, but what's wrong about the situation, you have the Three of Swords. All right. Oh, a lot of cards, guys. Where you need more information, look, you have the Moon, definitely dealing with the Cancer. Those placements are activated within your chart. Whether you follow tropical astrology or sidereal really doesn't matter. But where you end up, you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Hermit, the King of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So, okay, Gemini, for those that want to be pregnant, again, this is a dream of yours that you're hoping to fulfill, that you're hoping to see happen, and you're doing maybe your manifestations. That's probably something that you put on your vision board here, or you're just having those types of conversations with your partner and kind of like, come on babe, like I really want a baby, you know, I really want us to start a family. And so you're going through that process of negotiation, especially if your partner's kind of on the fence, is what I'm hearing, especially with this Three of Swords, with wanting to take that next step or move to that next level. Especially, let's say if you already have a child, because you do have the moon that's in the where you need more information position. So you could have already conceived a child. You can have a very young baby that is highly demanding, highly emotional, that has a lot of your attention, the demands and the responsibilities that you have on your shoulders, or your partner, if this is vice versa energy, it's pretty high right now. So that's what's putting them on the fence and having them really be a little bit more apprehensive. They're looking at things from a very practical sense, right? With a very practical lens here. So yeah, I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are going through that kind of like back and forth where you're having to kind of table it and like rain check a lot of these conversations that you're having right now in regards to your family life and expanding that. Again, because of the added pressure and responsibilities, and also finances, if financially you're not in the best space, because the highest pinnacle card that you have here is the 6, but then you end up with the 3. So it's kind of like maybe your debt to income ratio, it's a little too high right now to be that blissful and naive to just procreate, right? And it's not to say that you don't love your person, but again, I just feel like there are other things that need to be dealt with right now that are of higher priority or that matter more right now. But with this 3 of Swords, I keep getting drawn back to this card. Just with whatever you guys have going on right now, Gemini, be very careful and try to, because you are ruled by Mercury, right, which is the house of communication. You guys are the magicians. You're very good at articulating yourself. Be very careful that you're not misleading people if you're not already in a partnership, or if you are, just ensure that they are made aware of most of the moves that you make. Yes, you should be your own person outside of your relationship, but the 3 of Swords tells me that somebody knows something that the other doesn't. Like everybody in the world knows but you. And that can be very difficult, especially in a partnership, because if you lie about something small, or your person has lied about something small, then that makes you question, with this moon energy, how authentic this whole development of the relationship has been. And once the trust is broken, it's extremely hard to rebuild that. So again, just be very careful with whatever you may be doing that you feel you have to hide behind this person's back, unless it's like a surprise party and then your person's just paranoid, because again, there's kind of like that, the whispers and them being left out of the group and not knowing fully what's going on. That's a different story, because what's real is the 10 of Cups. So that is union, that is love, bliss, elation, evolution. Maybe this has nothing to do with another person. Again, this is all about self-mastery and you just being the best version of yourself that you can be. Okay, and so you're looking through and dealing with all of the baggage that you may have, right? All of the heavy emotions that have been weighing you down potentially, and that have been keeping you from really being excited about this next chapter that you're writing, right? This new year that we have started. Though the new year doesn't necessarily start until springtime, I'm definitely getting that. The spring equinox with this Hermit energy here. It's like in the meantime, you definitely know that you can't afford to be entertaining with this King of Wands energy the people that do nothing but like provoke you or trigger you in ways that set you back with this 8 of Cups energy. Some of you guys are so worried about like your spiritual growth and again evolution and elevation that you're forgetting to add fun and excitement into your life. So I feel like with the Hermit and the King of Wands and the 8 of Cups, that's what you're looking for this week or this month, or just whenever you feel this energy. It's like you need to bring excitement back into your life. There has to be a healthy balance. Like, yes, you should have a routine, and every day you should do something that contributes to your spiritual practice. But at the same time, you should be able to laugh at a joke if it's funny. You know, you should be able to go out with your friends and indulge a little bit, you know, eat good food. If you eat meat, like, that's fine, so long as you're honoring what it is that you're eating and giving thanks due to the sacrifice of that animal for what you're putting in your vessel. You have to attach a different signature to it than maybe the more negative outlook on it that you have on whatever thing that you may be looking at this time. If it's your friendship, if it's your relationship, again, a romantic one, if it's like with people in your workplace environment and the way that everybody's contributing in that team, right? And how you feel that you fit into that. If it's just you and looking at yourself in the mirror and your own emotions and just your own appearance, right? You're having to put a more positive spin on the way that you're looking at it. That changes the vibration of whatever it is that you're ingesting, okay? And ingestion doesn't have to be just on a very tangible level with, again, the food or with the money that you have or anything like that. For some of you guys, you have taken on the energy of, if I'm meant to come into union and have a relationship and a partner, like, perfect. Yes, it's already written in the stars for me. I already know that I have that confirmation that this person's mine, if you already know who they are, or that this person will come in. And so it's like, you're not necessarily going to care about love at this time, because I feel like leading with the 8 of Cups out, it's like your dreams and your aspirations are taking you elsewhere. And for a lot of you Geminis, that is more important right now, for you to be on your assignment, whatever that is, or to figure it out if you don't know what it is that you're meant to do, okay? So it's like, yes, I love this person, they love me, we already know, but right now it's not a good time, right? The cards are saying that I really need to be building on this idea, or I really need to be trying to promote up in this company or this organization, or again, I really need to be a little bit more introverted and isolated and spend more time with healing my inner child and really refining my intuition and my third eye, and really getting back to my own roots here, especially if you were raised in a different culture, and let's say with this Cups energy you latched on to a different religion than the one that your ancestors had, with these 6s here that we're starting with, and the 6 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups. I feel like you're trying to get back to that, and learning more again about your culture and magic. You can be dabbling in that as well. And practicing on rituals. Maybe that's the business that you're trying to build upon. And so right now you're going through that research and development phase, and being that has to be where your vision needs you, right? Or where your soul needs you, then you know you don't have enough time for a relationship. You just can't afford to resist where you're being led right now, Gemini. That's really what I want to say. And I also meant to mention that when I was drinking the tea, I did see a crescent moon, and it was like encapsulated within like a more faint outline, like there was something else circling it. And I think it's interesting that in this moon card that is also the depiction. So you might be working on manifestation, you might be working on laws of attraction or manifesting something. And so with the waxing or waning mood, people manifest at different times. Don't just follow the trends and what people tell you on social media, because you might have different aspects and you might work differently than how the majority do, especially when it comes to doing those new moon rituals, or building up of something. So just again, pay attention to that. Keep your eyes out for the ways that you feel. If you feel more creative and inspired when the moon is in its waxing phase as opposed to when it's in a waning phase, then definitely follow that, right? It's going where again you are led, and not trying to have a resistance towards what comes easier to you. okay, and what works best for you.